Hi, this is Martin Urban from Getting Stuff Done, and in this video we're going to talk about drip irrigation for your garden. So let's jump straight in. So the first thing I'm going to do is going to take you to the water butt, and that's going to be where we're going to be rain harvesting water that's going to run in the gutters down into a water butt. From there, what we're going to do is we're going to have a filter on the bottom of the water butt and run a pipe down to our timer, and then from the timer we run the circuit down with a long pipe, 13 millimeter, that we're going to use, and then from there we use smaller pipes like little capillary pipes to feed all the different drip stuff. So let's go and check that out. Right, so on the side of this shed we've got a gutter running along the top here, and what that does is it feeds into some gutter pipe in here, and then that runs into the water butt. There's a couple of ways you can do that setup. You can run either a filter or something that catches leaves, or you do get gutter pipes that go straight down and a little fitting that runs off from there into the water butt. We'll chat about those things in a different video. This video, we're just going to assume you've got a water source and we'll take it from there. Okay, so basically wherever you've got your water source, you're obviously going to have a tap running from there, and this is where we're going to connect a pipe. And then what you want to do, I'm just going to close this off, you want to end up putting a little filter there, and what this allows you to do, if I open this up, a little filter like this on the end with it that connects, and this allows you to capture all of the rubbish, and instead of that going into your system, you've got a little net there that you can then just rinse out. I'm just going to use the water in this butt, give it a clean. And a good way to clean this is to just grab a little scrubbing brush, give that a clean, because you can see that's quite dirty. And then this just simply connects onto, so I've just got a pipe running off the tap, and then this little filter will run with a 13 millimeter pipe. Now you don't need to put a timer on, you can just operate it manually with the tap, which will activate your drip system. I like to run a timer simply because it means I can set the timer to run a certain time each day. And then also, if you've got a timer on here, it means I can leave this tap open, and whatever water is, this is almost full, this can then just feed the plants as and when you need. So if you're away or not, doesn't matter, because you're able to irrigate your flowers. So from that tap there, we run off and plug into a timer like this. This one takes more than one, which is quite nice. So if I wanted to just put one on to run out here, the timer will switch on, and that'll allow you hear it, and there the water comes out. And what's great here is you can set however many hours. So for every 48 hours, we water for 10 or 15 minutes or however long it is. And then from there, this is your circuit that starts running off to your smaller sprinklers. Right, first thing we're going to do is I've got a 13 millimeter pipe over here. This pipe runs off my water butt, and what we're going to do here is we're going to take a little barb like this, and we're going to make a hole, insert a hole into that pipe. This is 13 mil. We'll connect that one in, and we're going to run 4 millimeter capillary piping from that, and out of that I'm going to run multiple nozzles, which is then going to provide the water for this section. So best thing to do is, in order to cut the pipe, so I've got a whole 15 meter of this. It's really cheap for this, so it's not going to be an expensive system. What you do is grab secateurs, or ideally if you've got some pipe cutters, I'm just going to use my pipe cutters. Grab a piece, let's say about that long. I want to run my first piece for my first nozzle. Give that a little cut. These are the type of nozzles that we've got. So this particular nozzle it almost forms like a little jet, and you can adjust these so that it just drips, or it can actually squirt a good length of water. What's nice about these particular ones is they fit on a little 3T like that, so it fits on top. Your pipe runs through each end, and it means you can either suspend them upside down if you were doing them along pot plants, or you can fit them on little sticks in my little bag of treasures here. Let's have a look. You can mount them on little sticks like this. They'll be mounted like that, and then they can on that side, and they can just sort of drip in your flowers. So those are nice when it's a pass-through rather than an end-of-line system. The end-of-the-line system is more like something like this. So this has got a sort of a sharp barb on this end that goes directly into the pipe like that. And this one has got 8 holes. So you can either do it something upright like that it sprays out through all 8, or you can mount it like that so that they drip. And again, you can adjust these so you can have a little sort of drip, 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 because you want it to take its time and get down to the roots of the flower rather than sort of running on the surface and all run away if you've got too much water coming through there. So let me show you how to connect these ones up. Now I like to use a little tool. This is a Gardena tool, and if you can see there, it's got quite a sharp point there, and it's designed so that the pipe can go inside. It's a little fiddly, and you can make a hole, or you can actually grab a little drill to make your hole. So what I'll do, I'll start by making a little hole in my pipe. So I fit this on the pipe like that, and then I'm gonna grab that and make a hole in the actual pipe. It's just a matter of giving that a good squeeze, and that should make a little hole through which I can insert the barb. Right. Then I've got my little sharp end of the barb, and I'm going to put that into where I've made my hole. But the nice thing about this tool is at the other end, it's got a little fitting like that the barb can fit into, because when I was doing this by hand, I found my fingers were getting really, really sore. So what I can do then is take this, insert it to where I made my hole, and I can turn, spin, 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 right until that one is all the way in. And you can see that is then going to sit nice and tight. And don't be shy to give it all the way in. And in it goes. Right, perfect. That is going to be where I run my pipe from. Now again, a tip with the pipes is drop your pipe into boiling water or hot water. Leave it there for about 5 or 10 seconds before you make the attachment. That will soften up the pipe and save your fingers when you try and attach these pipes. I'm going to connect one of the 3 nozzles and then run it through to an end one. So we'll grab one of these nozzles, pop it over the nozzle, and then just give it a little turn. And I want to make sure that my fittings don't pop off if there's too much pressure. Putting it right down so that my pipe's nice and secure. That's not going to go anywhere. That little nozzle will then fit over there like that, and from there I can run my next one on. This one will connect to my main pipe. So I'm going to run this one. I want to run one more off to an acer tree over there, and with a little single drip there. So I'm going to cut a little bit more of this. What's nice is if you do lines, give yourself a little bit of extra line, so that, let's say you've planted a particular flower and next year it's not going to be there, or you want to take it out and plant something else there. You've got a little bit of space that you can work with your pipes. So I'm going to give it a nice bit of length here, just do a quick measurement to where I want to go. Grab my I'll do this one on the secateurs just to show you that it works just as well, just as quick. Don't need any fancy tools. Drop that into the hot water, and while we wait, a little tip is, because I'm going to be out here quite a long time and I've got a lot of fittings to make, that cup of water is going to get really cold really soon, and I'm going to have to run in and out to get water the whole time. Nice little tip, just grab yourself a flask, drop some hot water in there, and then you keep that with you as you go along. You can just chuck out the cold water, pour in some new hot water, and you don't have to keep running in and out. Right, that one should be ready. Gonna pop that in the other end like that. Gonna work it now. I sort of do a little twisting motion just to make sure I get that nice and snug as far in as I can, right all the way in. The last side, drop that one in. Now this one I'm going to do my end stopper. That should be all right, about 5 or 10 seconds. The end stoppers go in really nice because they've got a straight barb, and in they go, and there you go. Simple as that. That side then connects to my main. Grab my stopper there. Now ideally you don't want to get soil or stuff into the system, so sometimes it's better to flush it out, but if you've worked like this, that you know you popped your stopper straight on, you should be okay. Right, and that is it. I've got my stoppers ready. I grab my little spikes, pop that over the top there. That'll keep it in place, and I go wherever I want to do my flower. Let's say I wanted to run my flower over there. I pop that over there with my flower and run that one on to my next one. And really, it's as simple as that. Have a go. The components are not that expensive at all, but really easy to use, easy to connect, really cheap. You can buy them online. Right, so I've added some links for you for all of the products that we've used in this video. You can find that in the description below. If this was helpful, give us a thumbs up, give us a like, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Happy irrigation. That's it for today. Bye. Nice little tip. Just grab yourself a flask. Drop some hot water in there. Give it a scald. Pop it over this side. Not like that. Sorry about that. It's not an exact science, is it? Let's try that again.